Hey folks, Jim here, aka Pal Ever Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another White Dwarf video. As per usual with all the videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment down below. It is greatly appreciated. Now, without further ado, let's have a look at issue number 460 of White Dwarf magazine. So, as per usual, we're going to start off in kind of my favourite territory of the magazine, which is the contact section. In this section, of course, people send in their photos of their models and all that type of stuff, and letters and all that type of junk. And there are some really nice looking models on here. So you got an awesome Lord Ordinator, which is a pretty cool looking model, and it does look really nice as well. An Exalted Deathbringer as well, which looks really nice, very well painted as well. Got that nice mottled kind of flesh kind of look to it as well. You got an awesome Light of Eltharion from the Lumineth Realm Lords range. Another very nicely painted model, and I do kind of like the way it's kind of, the basing's been done for it as well, which looks pretty cool. You've got a really nice Blood Angels Redemptor Dreadnought as well. The Dreadnoughts are probably one of my favourite Space Marine units that you can get, in all honesty. They look pretty cool, they look pretty robust, and they've got a whole host of kind of things that you can do to convert them to make them look a bit different and everything like that as well. And then there's somebody did some NHS inspired Space Marines there, and they do look pretty good. They're not too bad at all. We've got that nice glow from certain weapons and stuff like that, which looks pretty cool. On the other pages, you've got some awesome Wormspat, which are one of the Underworld's warbands as well, which is pretty cool. Different to see them in blue, when normally they're going to be in greens and stuff like that. And then you got a Mind Stealer as well, which looks pretty cool and is very nicely painted. And it does make me jealous of the person who painted this, because my skills aren't quite to that standards. Well, I say quite, but nowhere near that standards or anything like that. So they do look really good. On the next pages, though, there are some awesome of Titans from 40k. Do quite like these guys. They are big buggers. They look pretty cool. They're quite hefty and everything like that. They look like they're pretty mean as well, and look like they're good fun to paint and play with and everything like that as well. So they are really good looking units. Going into Warhammer 40k territory, you've got a section of the Index Strates based on the Emperor's Spears, which look really cool as well. They look pretty damn good. So you've got some information on the backstory behind them and their iconography and everything like that. And then a bit further on, you have rules and all that type of bits, pieces and stratagems that you can use for them, which look really cool and they're pretty damn good. And how to paint section as well. So if this is a type of the army kind of colour scheme that you like the look of, you could go with these, so you can have them battle ready, which fairly simple, you're not going to go wrong. Or you can go parade ready, which gives you a lot more detail, and will make them stand out even better as well. And of course there's a couple of pages of that as well, so you can kind of get going really well, depending if you're using contrasts and stuff like that. And then there is an army gallery of them as well. So these guys look really cool. This was done by one of their studio painters, which is pretty damn good. And they do look really nice. And they've got them rhinos as well for tanks, which are pretty cool. So yeah, for some really good looking models that you can get out of them, out of that colour scheme, and should be really good fun. Heading over to the Mortal Realms though, we've got a Age of Sigmar section based on the Sons of Behemat, which is pretty cool. The Sons of Behemat are them massive mega Gargants that they released not long ago. They're really cool looking models, so you can get some really good conversions out of them as well. So it gives you a load of bits and pieces about the rules of engagement and everything like that as well. And you've got some really awesome kind of looks to them as well, so you can get that Kraken Eater if you wanted the Kraken Eater, which looks really good. Got that kind of net with a bunch of people that are kind of trapped in there, whether they liked it or not. The weapon, which is a club made of kind of cannons and stuff like that, which are pretty cool, and looks really good. And the tentacle hanging down, of course I do prefer that one. Out of all of them, it's probably my favourite one, having it in that kind of style. The War Stomper is pretty cool as well, though. He's got some really cool bits and pieces, like loads of bits from different armies and stuff like that obviously smashed up or just scavenged and stuff like that. So bits of shields and metal that have been kind of bolted on. So you've got some Dwarven metal, you've got an iconography of Khorne there, you've got an Elven metal, you've got bits and pieces like that as well all over him, and they look pretty cool. They're pretty damn good. The one that I'm not as impressed by, but I still do quite like the model, is the actual Gatebreaker. So the Gatebreaker's got there, of course, a couple of people he's carrying away with him, which is pretty cool. And of course, it's got that big massive club and stuff like that as well, which is really, really good. And got on like a portcullis as part of his own armour, which is pretty cool and stuff like that. They do look really, really good. On this page, though, you've got kind of like an heavy metal way of painting them, so you'll need quite a few paints and to go through it all, but you can get a very nice look for the Gargant. And you've got kind of like a scale chart of how big they are, so you've got everything from going up from a Grot, Dwarden, Human, Orc, or Ogre, the Man Crusher Gargant, which is a regular giant, and then the Mega Gargant as well, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, they are big buggers. Really, really nice models as well. And then you've got a couple of conversions as well. So you've got an awesome conversion with some Leviathan bits and pieces that have been added on for a Kraken Eater, as well as part of a ship, which makes it look really, really quite fun and pretty cool. And then you've also got a War Stomper Mega Gargant that has been converted to be a kind of like essentially a disciple of Zeech, which is really, really cool, and will go with any Chaos army, having all those kind of spewing tentacles for a face, which looks pretty gnarly and everything like that, and looks really, really cool. And then you've got some other tips and tricks of how to paint them up as well, for the skin, cloth, the gold and everything like that as well, so you can get some really, really nice looks of this model if you wish to, which is pretty cool and nice to see, these tips and the pages. Sticking with the Age of Sigmar, there is a battle report as well, which is with Gargants going against some Ogres and some of the Ogre tribes and everything like that. So you've got some awesome Mega Gargants there and regular Gargants. So 3 Mega Gargants and a whole bunch of regular Gargants with some cool little additions like a skull helmet and stuff like that for that one, which makes them look really, really cool. He's really, really good. Going up against a massive amount of more tribes as well, which looks pretty cool as well. An interesting battle report to read, and if you're kind of tempted by one of these type of armies, you can kind of see how they work and how they're going to go and everything like that as well. Really, really cool and interesting to read, so have a flick through that if you pick up this month's mag as well. If you like your Warhammer fiction as well, there is a nice bit of Black Library fiction, Chronicles of a Wanderer. This is by David Geimer, who makes some really, really cool stories based in Mortal Realms and everything like that. Definitely worth reading. It's more about the good old Fire Slayers and stuff like that as well, which is pretty cool. Very, very good little story, and it's part 1 of 6. Worth having a read through because it goes on quite a bit. Very, very good story as well. Definitely enjoyable, and as I say, David Geimer is actually a really, really good story writer. And make some brilliant fiction for the Warhammer franchise and Black Library as well, so definitely worth having a read through some of his stuff if you get the chance. And to finish off this month's White Dwarf video, there are some really cool photos of some of the models on the back here. So you've got some awesome good old worm spat as well from the guys from good old GW, an awesome black coach as well. I really, really like the Black Coach. I think it's one of the best models you can get, and it's absolutely fantastic. And I really need to pull my finger out and get one of these guys at some point soon, just so it can kind of accompany my Nighthaunt army, because they are really, really good. And I do really, really, really like it. I think it's an absolutely fantastic model. It looks really, really cool and everything like that. And that is it for this issue. I won't go through every page because it'll take forever. And I don't want to keep you all too long. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, of course, as per usual. If you're not already a subscriber, drop a sub and share it if you wanted to, or just leave a comment down below. Always great to hear back from you guys, and I do try to respond to every comment as fast as I possibly can. But for now, thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you in the near future. Bye bye now.